Peter Aguma. I'm Nigerian, but obviously I rep 016 Manchester.
My name is Retsu Victor. I'm Nigerian also, and I represent Manchester too. And today we're performing Cool MF.
Ooh.
To be honest with you, the whole change in direction is at the end of the day, throughout life, you're never going to stay the same anyway. And it's obviously with the whole COVID pandemic stuff and whatnot, it's forced a lot of changes in our own personal lives in general, not just ourselves, people around us, our families, our jobs, and it's just been a continuous thing. So, first coming to England again was I've lived here almost more than half my life. It was a big change. Again, every single year there's always something that happens, man. But it's just a continuous thing, man. I can't really say to you right now, this is the distinctive thing that changed my life. When I left uni a couple of years ago, it forced me to kind of reconsider my options in general and just have to kind of reassess and see where I was actually going. The same with this year, fair enough, I didn't have the same kind of change. But again, it's that whole reassessment of your own kind of process of where you are in your life and where you want to go and what you strive to achieve, really. So it's a continuous thing, always changing, man.
Yeah, man. I'll stay the same with Victor. Can't really point down something that's made you change or made me change, what I want to do with life. It's just more, you go through experiences and these experiences teach you, or you learn from, like you said, COVID was a big one, I guess. Made me decide, this is what I really want to do with my life. So, yeah, man, nothing really I can say, that's a big change. But just, Also, I know you guys know, but I don't know if you guys probably worked with him a long time ago, Valtini. Obviously, he left us in January, and that also kind of hit me hard and said, you know what, if your friend can go that early and, for such reasons, as mental health. So, just making sure we're always happy at all times mentally, and then making sure we're just working towards our goal. And that's it, basically. I think with I Am Victor, I have very different sounds I like. I listen to rock music, I listen to, house music, German kind of party music, Eastern kind of music. So I listen to a lot of things, Well, obviously our main thing is we try to vocally make sure everything's right, and then I would like to say we're alternative R&B-ish. So I said that's where most of or mine anyway, will be influences will come from, I think alternative music and then R&B music. That's what I'll say from myself. Obviously we're a duo together, so I know I know what it is, but he'll tell you what it is anyway.
Yeah, to be honest with you, what Pete said there, alternative R&B is pretty much a really good description of what we try to create. Don't get me wrong, we sometimes steer towards maybe trappy songs, whether it's more conventionally indie songs or whatnot. But again, my own inspiration is always from predominantly from just 90s R&B, early 2000 R&B, where it's just chilled music you listen to in your car, nothing too hype, but just, again, soft melodic tones where you just have angelic singers. The thing is, again, I am kind of restricted by my own kind of limitations when it comes to my vocals and whatnot. He doesn't believe it. He doesn't actually believe it.
What's he talking about, guys?
But essentially, for me, again, it's always that R&B kind of feel that I go for, just because there's something about when you hear somebody sing something very passionately that just kind of speaks to your soul. And when you have the lyrical quality to kind of go with it, you just create beautiful music. And essentially, that's just what it's all about, man. We just want to make good music, man.
Wow. I think, obviously, we're not that huge yet, but when we get that huge, I think it'll just be, I want us to be very good, in terms of gigs. I want it to be an experience where fans come in. I'm talking of lighting, I'm talking of sound, I'm talking of backup singers, I'm talking of live I just want it to be I want it to be a full-on experience for all our fans when they come in and be like, okay, I've heard this track on radio, but now I've heard this track live, and that is amazing. So that's basically, if anything that is, it will be to make our fans have an amazing experience when they come to watch us live. That's
100%.
it.
100%.
That's
like,
it.
and I just have to like back exactly what you said there. It's just, if we were to do more like live shows, I'd want our people, whether they're fans or not, like people, whether they've come to see other performances after us or before us, to kind of appreciate the effort that goes into making of the music and performing the songs in general, because you've been to performances before where you have big stars such as, you know, just big names, and it sometimes feels as though it's been a burden on them to be there. I never want no fan to ever feel like that. I just want them to know that we're there for them.
Very true, bro.
That's just it, man. Just give them all, man. Yeah. The useless talents that I have, I would say probably, I used to be able to like fart with my armpit. I'm not sure if I can do it anymore. I'm not going to do it with this as well, because this thing makes way too much noise. Way too much noise.
I don't know if I really, I don't know. I actually have no idea. But I love the question though. Okay, if I was to choose an artist to feature in our next project, Dead will be Michael Jackson, man, because that's my guy. You know, sorry, that's my guy, allegedly, so he's my guy still. And if I was to choose someone alive, it would be Andre 3000. That's one of my hugest inspirations, so yeah, it'll be Andre.
For me, Dead is actually MJ as well. Like, the thing is, again, his situation is one thing, but man, like, I've grown up on this guy since I was knee high, man. Like, it's just, I mean, he's literally left an imprint on my life, like, literally. And in terms of alive, it has to be Jules, just because, like, he's been such a huge influence on me, like, in my later stages. Well, obviously, I'm talking like I'm dead, like I'm about to die tomorrow, but you know, it's he creates so many sounds, like Afro beats, whether it's like Afro swing, and he just makes you want to move without doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shout out to Jules and Andre if you see this, okay? We would love to feature you guys.
You, man. Thank you.
Unfortunately, it's going to be two things, okay? One is, obviously, most of the producers nowadays are, you know, made to mass produce music, and it's just like almost the meat industry. So it's just like, unfortunately, you don't have, you know, beautiful production anymore, because you need someone producing 100 tracks a week just so they can sell it for the labels. And secondly is that, you know, hopefully most artists will not be treated like, I don't know what's the word, maybe like show monkeys, maybe, like, you know, when you become an artist, it's like a show monkey thing where, you know, you just have to do whatever they want you to do, whether you don't want it or you have to. Like, you might not want to make commercial music, but they're gonna want you to make commercial music. You might not want to do that, but they're gonna want you to do that because they want to make money. So those are the two things I would, you know, if anything to change, then two.
Yeah. For me, it would be to make it more accessible, like financially, for those who kind of don't necessarily know who to kind of reach out to, or like just where to start in general. Because sometimes, like, you could create like an own studio at home, but then the setup costs might just be just above like your range and whatnot. And at the end of the day, like, a lot of people will make do with what they have. But if there was a way to kind of make it more accessible and just still create, like, make it a craft, because like he said, it's you get to a point where a lot of people kind of fall out of love with making music, and it's like, again, we're all in it for different reasons, but it's just, again, make it more accessible, and just because it's a business, it is a business, unfortunately, but it's just try and make it more enjoyable for those who are still trying to find their feet in the industry, really, more than anything.
Yeah.
You know, because it can be very easily disheartening, and just people fall to the wayside so many times, man. You just got to stay consistent sometimes, and sometimes people just don't have that in them, really, to maintain and continue.
When we write new music, I think it starts with melodies all the time. I always have patterns in my head for when we're writing music. I like to, because I used to play instruments when I was younger, I like to, when we're making music, I like our vocals to almost play like a third instrument or a fourth instrument. And so what we sing, basically you can play on any instrument. So that's how I think first, and then we write along. I'll probably do like I don't like to say freestyle, but we freestyle the melody. I and Victor, 2 different freestyles. What we like, we make our different melodies, and then we write. And then when we write, we see what we like, see what we don't like, and then we bang on, start recording, and then you get everything after.
Exactly what you said there, really. Like, always starts off with the melodies, the instrumentals at first, and then we work around it that way, and then kind of build the structure based on what's been given to us by our producer, whether we've sourced the material ourselves. Myself personally, I do like to kind of go back to songs just because sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to kind of find different rhythms within one melody. So sometimes I come back, maybe add an ad-lib here, maybe add an extra verse here, or like melody. Literally just different. Like the thing is, sometimes I just need to play it back, forth and forth again in my head before I can then kind of just one way turn it to 3. You know what I mean? So that's literally me. That's how I work, really, predominantly anyway.
Best piece of advice an artist friend of mine gave to me, and I've taken that as 2 things. Believe in yourself. Like, don't care, believe in yourself. And the second one is don't actually give a fuck about what anyone else is saying. So they kind of go together, believe in yourself and not giving a fuck about what anyone else is saying. Because if you believe in yourself and you don't care what other people are saying, then you know what you want and you're aiming for what you want. And even if a lot of people don't like your stuff, there's 7 billion people in the world, or even more. You know, you're gonna have people who are actually gonna like your stuff. So you just need to push yourself until you can get out there, and then you see people who actually like you, and you see people who don't actually like you. You know, it's all about your art, basically. So be creative and just do you.
Be consistent. Be consistent. Stay working. Like, even if you're not like pumping out music, like, you know, continuously, like even if it's just a trickle,
that's a good one.
Just gotta stay at it, man. Just gotta stay at it, because like the thing is, the more time you spend away from it, the more disconnected you become, the more alienated you become, and before you know it, time has gone by, and like, you know, your mind's in a completely different place, you know, and sometimes it's very hard to kind of pull yourself back into that musical zone, and it's just like, it's hard because life sometimes doesn't permit you to kind of achieve what you wish to do, hence why I love this project, you know. Is it plus, minus, equals, right? So it's like determination minus the like restraints equals opportunity. Yeah, man, ain't nothing realer than that, man. Ain't nothing realer than that.
Ain't nothing realer than that. That's good, man.
That's it.
Ooh, that's good.
More music.
More good music, man. A whole lot of good music. A lot of good videos coming with our people from Untitled. Shout out to Untitled Studios, Untitled Production, our people. We're just gonna be doing a lot of videos with them, a lot of music like always. And yeah, we're just gonna have a great year this year and next year. So get ready, guys. It's been real. My name is RetsuDaGodKing.
My name is Victor BC.
And we're here with who? Plus minus equals. And it's been fucking great, man.
Yeah, we love the gang, man. Love the squad.
Thank you so much for having us. Stay tuned.
Thank you for the opportunity. Hope to see y'all soon.